I'm Kristen Bean, live outside the Berrien County Courthouse this morning. We are hearing from people who were inside the courthouse during a deadly shooting of two bailiffs yesterday. Coming up here from them and Sheriff Paul Bailey as he talks about his bailiffs who were lost.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT-22 First in the Morning with Bob Montgomery and Leanne Tokars.
Priority at the courthouse. Man on the second floor with a gun. We got hostages.
Clear. Shots fired. Shots have been fired.
Clear. Shots fired. One down. One down.
That's the sound of terror as a tragedy rocks our community.
This morning, the investigation into a deadly shooting at the Berrien County Courthouse in St. Joseph is really just getting started. Today, the courthouse will be closed for that investigation.
Authorities digging deeper into the shooting that left two bailiffs dead before police shot and killed the suspect. The first court officer killed is 63-year-old Ron Kinzel. The other, 61-year-old Joe Zangaro. Zangaro was the head of courthouse security.
Two other people were hurt in this incident. One is 41-year-old James Atterbury, who is a sheriff's deputy. The other, a woman who's not a police official. She has not yet been identified. Both have non-life-threatening injuries. They're at the hospital. Atterbury, in fact, in intensive care after having surgery on his arm.
Now, the man police say is responsible for the shooting, 45-year-old Larry Gordon from Coloma. Gordon was an inmate being taken to the courthouse. He fought with officers outside the holding cell. Gordon was able to get a gun from one of the officers. He then fired the fatal shots, tried to take hostages, before other officers quickly fired and killed him. WSBT-22's Kristen Bean is live at the courthouse this morning.
Good morning, Bob and Leanne. Yeah, Gordon's ex-wife said she spoke with him Sunday and he gave her no indication that he was planning this sort of an attack. She said he was an amazing man who got mixed up with the wrong people.
The only thing that they heard was, loud popping going out in the hall. And
Leroy Lane's wife was inside the Berrien County Courthouse when a normal day turned deadly.
So they immediately, over the intercom, made everybody to, lock the doors and go in the secluded area and do not come out until they are told.
Clear. Shots fired. Shots have been fired.
Shots fired. One down.
Authorities were escorting inmate 44-year-old Larry Gordon of Coloma from a holding cell to a courtroom when a fight broke out. Police say Gordon disarmed an officer, shot and killed two bailiffs, and then attempted to take hostages before he was gunned down by another officer.
Our hearts are torn apart. They were our friends. They were my colleagues. I have known them for over 30 years.
The deceased have been identified as 61-year-old Joseph Zangaro, the head of courthouse security, and 63-year-old Ronald Kinzel. The two had worked in law enforcement for years. 41-year-old Sheriff's Deputy James Atterbury is recovering from a gunshot wound in the arm. A woman was also shot in the arm. As news of what happened got out, family members of people who work inside the courthouse wanted answers as well.
People were being evacuated from the fourth floor, and I'm like, why are you being evacuated from the fourth floor? They said, you need to get out of here. There's a person with a gun. I'm like, well, I'm not leaving. My wife and daughter's on the fourth floor.
Now investigators continue the tough task of piecing together what happened and hopefully begin the healing.
Our prayers are with the families of Joe Zangaro and Ron Kinzel. They were well-respected people in our community. They had been in law enforcement for over 40 years, and they were just loving guys, and their life was tragically ended today. And we'll sort those details out and try to deal with our loss as we move forward throughout the weeks.
And you can see here a memorial is growing this morning for Zangaro and Kinzel outside of the Berrien County Sheriff's Department. A car there with flowers. We've seen a couple people come, take pictures, pay their respects. We do know the Berrien County Courthouse announced they will be closed all day today. Of course, we'll have latest both online and on air throughout the day today on WSBT 22. Live here in Berrien County, Kristen Bean, WSBT 22 News.
Kristen, thank you. And here's a recap of what we know right now. Because the investigation is just beginning, as Kristen just mentioned, the courthouse will be closed today. Counselors will be brought in to help courthouse workers.
And once again, 3 people are dead, including the gunman. 2 others are in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.